What's up, everybody? B Mason, Built by B Mason. Look, we down here at my studio in Birmingham, Alabama, 3BM Golf Studio. And today we're going to talk about why everybody should experience the Foreward golf fitting system. Let's get right into it, y'all. So, as many of you may know, and some of you may not know, or you heard about Foreward golf fitting system, Chad over at Foreward Golf, him and Dan, man, this system is by far pretty much the best fitting system that I have ever used. I will get a little background. Prior to using the Foreward fitting system, I would have to kind of figure out by trial and error a little bit after seeing a player swing for a little while, what direction to go in with them in the fitting process. You know, like, okay, you go by swing speed, all these other things that we were taught by the, golf industry, the direction we should go in. But honestly, I can really say this honestly, once I started doing the Foreward system, all that kind of went out the window a little bit because every player has I call it their DNA, their blood type. No matter what they do, they always going to go back to certain things in the golf swing, whether they work on their golf swing, try to get better, whatever. It's still small things that they will feel in their golf swing that they will always revert back to. The Foreward system allowed me not to guess. I got a procedure that I go by, and with all the knowledge that I have, I'm able to take what I see, take the data, and make this player a lot better, actually, move them in the right direction. It's a pretty simple process. It takes about 2 hours. It takes me about 2 hours because I do a lot of talking. But, man, I feel like everyone, if you're like number one, everyone should go through this process, but if you're like a 15 handicap all the way down to scratch or better, you 100% need to go through the Foreward fitting process. Let's hear Chad talk about it a little bit. One thing about this process is it tests for 8 variables in the golf swing. So you got sole design, length, lie, flex, total weight, swing weight, profile, and grip. 8 variables, and we test in isolation. So a little background is that this head, this is the Foreward head, it comes in silver, copper, black, and champagne. I don't have the champagne, but this head was never truly meant to be a retail head. It was kind of supposed to be a fitting head where we could adjust swing weight by moving the weights around in the bottom. But evidently, sometimes you just stumble upon some good stuff, and Chad definitely stumbled upon getting this CG back down, super down low and back in his head, which makes it very forgiving. Also allowing to complement other players who need like something that's just different. Like I did a set last week. Man, this set is 2 inches over standard. Back in the day, man, that swing weight would have been through the roof, literally through the roof. I was able to get him 2 inches over standard with a C6 swing weight. Pretty incredible once you think about it, and was able to line up some other parameters too. It was a crazy build, soft step twice, all kind of good stuff. If you love club building, all kind of goodness in that build right there. But let's just hear Chad talk a little bit more about the system.
Let's give you guys a quick overview of the Foreward Golf Universal Iron Fitting System. Now, we all know that the Tiger Strike is the sun, and every variable revolves around it. Now, the most important variable is sole design. We believe that sole design is the number one characteristic that's going to control strike location height-wise on the face to give you that Tiger Strike. And if we're getting the Tiger Strike by using our Tiger Strike locator, we can identify that you will be able to control your ball far better than your buddies. This is what a Tiger Strike looks like. Remember, guys, the ball's off the face before the club's interfered with by the earth. Now we have to test for lie angle. Lie angle is to create a good face to path relationship so that we can control the outcome by understanding the ball flight laws and how they apply to us. Here's a total weight test, which isn't to be confused with a swing weight test. And we're going to do both of those tests to see which ones you need. Here's a shaft flex test. How much stiffness should the shaft have? And where should the shaft be kicking from? So we're going to isolate that variable and measure it as well. Come on, guys. How big are your grips? And when you get through it all, we get it down. We write you a prescription where we can guarantee your results.
That's kind of it, y'all. I mean, you can go back and watch it, but I write prescriptions all day long, man. When people come in and ask me, Brandon, what are you looking for? I'm looking for the most Tiger Strikes with a face-to-path relationship that's in check and working with each other. You know, you don't want to be, I can attest to this because I was this player. You don't want to hit it at the center of the face in the sweet spot. You don't want to hit the tiger spot and be 15, 20 yards left. Just ain't what you want to do. So you got to get a setup that's going to allow you to swing like you want to swing. Like, now don't get me wrong. You can't be coming in, you can't just be expecting to be extremely over the top and then like just craziness with your swing and expect for this to like work magic for you. It don't work like that. But like if you stuck at that like 15 to like, you know, whatever, I think I'm gonna call it 8 to 15 handicap, you 100% need to be fit through the forward system. And even the better players, you need it even more because it's just gonna tighten your dispersion. My better players always say, man, my misses are not drastic anymore. So it's tightening their dispersions, man. Like, I can't say enough about this system. Everyone who I have ran through this system, they have became better. I'm a certified fitter for Foreward, and I'm a builder too. So like, I don't have to send my clubs back to Chad. He trusts me. I build them myself here at 3BM Golf Studio with my hands, and I'm guaranteeing that prescription. I'm guaranteeing those results, you know, and a lot of people scared to say that, but like, the truth is in the data. It is what it is, man. You want that club to have the least amount of interaction with the ground before it hits that ball. You do not want the ground influencing where you hit this thing at on the face. Any great player, you see ball, then turf. A lot of that has to do with sole design. One thing I realized is that I never, in my fittings beforehand, I never really did any tests that had to do with sole design. It's one of the great factors that has on what's going to happen to this ball when it comes off the face, to be honest with you. So, all in all, I think it's great. I'm going to let Chad talk about one more thing, and then we're going to go on from there.
So let's go over what's been going on during our remote fittings, for better or worse. Now, you guys know very well that we're trying to control the 8 variables in a golf club. But the one variable that we can't control is oftentimes you. That's why the shafts are blacked out, and why we don't really want you to know what you're testing until the data is being concluded and we can get on the phone and go over it. Well, let's talk about that. So what we do in the fitting is we will get you on the phone and we will start to go from the colors. So let's use an example, blue. We'll say, hey man, blue number 1, blue number 2, and blue number 3 were the clubs tested. And we go over the data and we're looking for consistencies in ball speeds, consistencies in launch, consistencies in spin, consistencies in shot shape, and looking at our overall dispersion cone. And what we'll do is we'll come to an agreement based upon data, feel, and strike location on what clubs were the best. But what's fun is these guys really don't know which ones they're choosing. They're just choosing a color and a number. So here's what ends up happening. What if you get prescribed something that doesn't seem like what you thought it would be? That seems too light, or seems too heavy, or seems too stiff, or seems too soft. What would you guys do when you're presented with that information? Because you got to remember, you're the one who hit the club. If you weren't supposed to hit the super stiff shaft really well, then why did you? These are the questions that we come to, and it makes us wonder, has the industry been wrong this whole time? You guys let me know. Tiger Strike.
Just off my personal experience, if you get out your own way, you can truly experience where great golf lives. I love the fact that we black out the shaft. You have no idea what you're hitting. I get people look at the head. They like, oh, it's something with the head. But then they look down at it. It's the same head. Only the fitter knows exactly what that shaft is, what kind of profile it is, what kind of swing weight it is. Only we know that. And that way, you're able to get out of your own way and just swing your swing. And man, it's funny. Like I'll take myself for example. My swing speed was 7.9, cruising about 94 miles an hour. So 94 miles an hour was 7.9. I always thought that I needed like extra stiff shaft, high kick point, all these things. And man, once I went through the system, I've kind of figured some of this out beforehand, but the system verified it. Once the system verified my thought process throughout the years, from years ago, what I really felt like I needed, everything changed, man. I ended up going longer, lighter, flatter with a mid kick, something I would have never put myself in the past, but it makes swinging a golf club so easy, man. And this is not a sales pitch, man. Like, I truly want everybody to play great golf. And I think you'll be doing yourself a disservice by not going through the forward fitting system. But ultimately, I can lead you to the well, but I can't make you drink the water. It's on you. You probably spent enough money on golf equipment already. Even if I tell people all the time, even if you never buy a golf club or buy Foreward or decide to actually build a prescription, at least you went through it and you can feel and tell the difference. Most of the time, once you feel the difference between hitting the center of the face and not hitting the center of the face, it's hard to go back to what you feel like you should be in. This is what we call hitting the center of the face right here. That right there. You want that club to be dead in the middle of that face right there. Don't get no better than that. Look at Sam Snead's old club. That, my folks, is the center of the face, the ball hitting the bottom groove, and he coming in contact with all ball, then turf, man. The ground is not interfering with a strike like this. I always tell people, I can lead you to the well, but I can't make you drink the water. It's a bunch of certified fitters out there right now, Chad, certifying people every week, if they interested and it does take a little knowledge base around it. I don't think he's gonna certify everybody, but it takes a little knowledge base. You have to be able to articulate and explain this to your clients well. But some of the ones I know already, of course, you got me in Bama, right? All right, I'm down at 3BM Golf Studio. We in Birmingham, Alabama, centrally located in Alabama, so you can come down from Huntsville, come up from Mobile, come across from Montgomery, or come the other way from Anniston, and everywhere in between. Cruise on up from Gulf Shores, wherever. All right, then you got the Palmetto Golf Club. That's in South Carolina. You can holler at them. They'll get you straight. If you're in the UK, we got Golf Fit Academy. You can go there, get fit for forwards there. If you're down in Naples, you can holler at Naples Golf Shop down in Florida. Phil will get you together down at Naples. If you're in Ohio, we got TJ. You can holler at TJ in Ohio. And we got the Golf House, which is also in Ohio. So you can go to TJ or the Golf House. They'll get you taken care of. So, all in all, I just want to say, man, that this forward fitting system is something that I feel like every player should go to. You'll be doing yourself a discredit by at least not going through the system. And what it has done is that sometimes, let's say you're a super duper high handicap. What it allows me to do is I can quickly identify hey, this is going to be great for you, or hey, let's do some lessons first, and it's going to impact how this fitting going to really go. So let's just double back on the fitting later in 8 weeks or something like that. I had a guy come in for the forward fitting system. I said, hey, man, you're not going to get the most that you could get out of this system, man. You need some lessons. I'm going to be honest with you. Straight up and down, you need some lessons. Let's do some lessons. And then once we know how to deliver the club face with a decently square face every time. It don't have to be square every time, but we can't be open 14 degrees. Once we get to that point, then we could talk about running through the process again. And man, I actually had somebody do it, and they came back and they were very appreciative in the end. So that's all I got for y'all. Kind of like a heart to heart, man. It's not hype. It's real, man. You can keep going for what the industry feeds you, or you could try to find out and search a little deeper and actually go through the process that's going to change how you think about golf clubs, how you think about your swing, and how you think about getting fit is in general. That's all I got for y'all, man. For golf fitting system is real. I do it every day, and man, I change people's life every day, man. I'm trying to say that as humble as possible, man, for real. But real talk, if you want some good clubs, you want to be fitted properly, check out Foreward. Come down and holler at me. BMason, I'm down at 3BM Golf Studio in Birmingham, Alabama. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.